Take a look at the cover of Time magazine. It shows Kamala Harris with the words, "her moment." She didn't even agree to an interview, and they still put her on the cover. Now, this is a real big reversal from the way the media used to cover Harris. They even made the case for Biden to drop her as a running mate. That was then, but Time magazine is now. Brent Bozell joins me. The honeymoon does not end until the media says it ends. Right, Brent?
I think the honeymoon doesn't end until the election. Let me comment on something Ashley said to lead up to this, because Ashley hit it right on the head. Yeah, there is a lot of discontent in the United States. There are a lot of problems. There are a lot of people who are unhappy. But give you a sneak preview into a poll that we're going to release in a few days. It's going to show it's not sticking with Kamala Harris. They're not seeing Kamala Harris as the person responsible for this. So, in fact, the media strategy of hiding in the basement is working beautifully for her right now. Look at the Time magazine cover. Look, they fawned all over her, comparing her to Beyonce, to Taylor Swift. They might have, if they believed in God, they would have compared her to the Blessed Virgin Mary while they're at it. The whole time, she refused to sit down and do an interview with him. Talk about a slap in the face. So, what does this say? This says that the hatred for Donald Trump is so intense that they are going to do everything to facilitate anything that will defeat him, including facilitating a strategy where she hides in the basement. We're now into the 4th week since she announced her presidential run, where she refuses to talk to the press, and there's no outrage whatsoever.
See, why should she? I mean, you're making huge progress. You're on an upswing. You've got momentum. You've got a honeymoon. Why break that by going and doing interviews and press conferences? It's not in her interest, not in her political interests.
Right. Exactly right. And they're seeing that calculation. They're seeing that it worked for Joe Biden in 2020 when he had his basement strategy. It worked beautifully. They just let Trump, who made some mistakes in that campaign, make them. And they're just hoping the same thing's going to happen again. But they do know that their strongest ally in this presidential campaign, it's not the unions, it's not Hollywood, it's no other entity, it's the national news media that are going to do their bidding. So the question is, where the honeymoon is concerned, this is not going to end until Election Day. They are going to do everything in their power to aid and abet her, while at the same time, Stuart, while savaging Trump every single day, as they have been since May of 2015. They haven't let up.
And they never will. Elon Musk's interview with Donald Trump has not been well received by the media. Watch this.
It's nice to have a forum like this where I can discuss something at length. And by the way, you think Biden could do this interview? Do you think that Kamala could do this interview? They would take a pass on you.
No, they could not.
So they don't need Elon. They don't need Elon screaming out questions. It's pretty sad when you think that somebody that does this for a living can't answer a question or is afraid to do an interview. And in her case, with a very friendly interview, she's got all friendly interviewers.
You know, Brent, I think Trump got some pretty softball questions from Musk last night. What do you think?
Well, here's your readers won't be able to see this. Just trust me on this. If you can look at this, this is a printout of 24 headlines that came out today on that. Every single headline savaged Trump, Musk, or both. And basically what they were saying was it was softball questions for 2 hours. Did I mention it was 2 hours? Did I mention that Trump sat down for 2 hours and Kamala Harris hasn't sat down for 2 minutes with anyone? I would be perfectly happy if how's this for an idea, Stuart? Let's have Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook do a 2-hour interview with Kamala Harris, where he can ask her the similar questions as he asked Elon Musk. I'd love to see that. She won't do it because the last thing she wants to do is to have to answer to the public.
Yeah, don't answer questions. Not good politics. Brent, thanks for joining us this morning. I know we'll see you again soon. Thank you very much.